Today I'm remaking Blocia's UI. Wait, this is not Blocia. Oh my gosh, it's Breadverse. Today I'm remaking Breadverse's UI as much as I can remember off the top of my head. And there's a lot with the current UI that I don't quite like. So, since I've done graphic design, video graphics, and UI design before, might as well try and suggest my own suggestion and see what I can come up with. Let's get into the video. So when we open the game, the regular menu screen isn't anything fancy, nor I think they're going to look at it and think that it's complete. It looks like a work in progress, and from the fact that they use the same sprite for drop items, which are the same items that you would see on the character, meaning the hand area is cut out, the main menu just does not look good. And I'm not shitting on the design team, it just looks like a work in progress design. So here's my video suggestion as to what I'd like to see while they're developing what they're developing, which I did see the idea of what they're going for, but I can't share that at this specific moment in time. So what I've done is I've made the game's logo to be up front and in the middle with a slight glow behind of it. Due to the tool I used, however, I wasn't able to get a glow that I was happy with, which would have been the entire bread head and the text to look like it was kind of pulsing there in the middle from heat at the back, like, toast. And next, I made the settings button with some help text underneath, and I tried to make this look like a bread quote unquote font. Added a border to test, and this is the font that I came up with. I was unable to get the exact font that was used in the logo, but I think this kind of makes it stand out a little much better. Then we have the play button with the help text on there as well. This will serve the same purpose as the one that's currently in game, where you will see a login and or registering screen, or obviously get into the game. Lastly on this scene, we have the Ko-fi button or the sponsor button, which we'll understand later on as we go into that scene. So let's hit the settings menu and we'll be right back to this menu in a bit. What are some of the basics things that we do need in settings? Sound effect volume, there. Music volume, there. Resolution, FPS changer, quality changer and or editor, check. That's about it, right? Well, there's room for not much more, but as of now, we can't change a keybind, so I will leave that out. But let's check on custom quality. I think I put that button there for a reason, right? Let's check on that real quick. So what do we have? Shadows for that little bit of an FPS boost on low-end devices, or maybe you just don't like the shadows. Animations for the same reason. Backgrounds because some people are weird if you want to remove the background, but anyway. Text animations because from what I'm thinking, text bubbles would have a small toast jiggle above your head while you type, and signs or so like maybe messages in the chat might have text animations, or maybe the info pop-up that PC players get that may also have an animation in the future. What if you don't want to see these animations? Turn them off, just like that. Next we have lighten, and yeah, I know the game doesn't technically have lighting at the moment, but technically when dynamic lighting is added, this would do wonders at just putting the default day background and then fade into the night background without all the stars moving over the, or the sunlight shimmering or the rays and all of that. Yeah, maybe you don't want all of that, but you want to see day and night. That's it. That's what this is for. Then we have UI scaling. Some devices might be smaller or have a smaller monitor, and you just want your buttons to be bigger or smaller to fit your UI, to fit your screen or whatever. This is what that is for. You got a scaler to make it smaller or bigger. up to your preference. VSync. This is peak stuff right here. Remember, changing this would change your FPS lock, which is in the previous settings menu, to lock with your monitor's max FPS. They both work in tandem or against each other. Depends on how you look at the situation. But if you care about having high FPS too much in a game like this, you kinda need help. This is a 2D game where you break blocks with the head of a bread. Anyway, name effects. Names like 9-bit's name or maybe creator's name or moderator's name, they have animations. 9-bit's name, for example, as a developer, his name pulses and changes colors. Creator's name, potentially they may be a glowing brown or blue or whatever, and then moderators may have a glowing green or brown. Hey, I stole this idea from GT, and more than 50% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, more than you think, but I don't want to bother your video, so let's get right back into it. Whatever color. But what if you don't want all that? Turn off name effects. 9-bit's name would become the default pink color that it always starts out with, and it would also have the icon in the chat and maybe in game as well, and creators and moderators will be alike. That would be quite simple and quite easy to see, and it would also fit into the game as well. I accidentally added the animations button twice because I forgot what I was going to put here, so we have an extra button. Next we have the special font, meaning do you want the Breadverse font or do you just want like Comic Sans or something? If the Breadverse font is too hard to read, you can turn it off here. On-screen keys, for obvious reasons, us PC players don't want to see that at all. And last but not least, we have the brightness slider. The game might just be really bright, and honestly you might just want to dim it down a tad bit. Also, I just wanted to add a slider, so yeah, there's a slider. Anyway, let's get back to the main menu. Alright, so let's head over to Ko-fi and see what's in here. Alright, so within the Ko-fi or support section, this will be a new way to handle purchases, which by the way allows you to directly support development, pay for servers, as well as much more. And if you click the more, you will be taken to the website for memberships, custom items, and whatever other paid ventures they're gonna get into. As we see on the left, we have the first and lowest amount of bread that you can purchase. And by clicking this, it would pop up your device's Google Pay, Apple Pay, or Google Card or whatever, showing you the price and if you would like to confirm your payment and whatever have you. After you buy it, and it would go to the account that is currently logged in the hashtag play or the play main menu or the game is up, because it would need you to log out to get the money in your account. So you know, it just makes sense. Oh my gosh, I hope you can't hear my dog in the background, so let's just click play. Alright, on this screen we see our expected registration and login slides, or pages, or whatever you want to call it, with the added forgot password button, which most likely would have to send a notice to 9-bit at this moment because there is no Gmail integration, which if there was, when you register it would ask for your Gmail instead of your password in the second section. Alright, so after we have logged in, there is a lot to see right off the bat. We have a search bar, where we also have a filter at the right side of it. We can filter from owned worlds, loaf of the week or world of the week, active, rating or world by rating, special worlds, and event worlds. The next part we have is the world list. The world list, which shows the filters that are being used as well as the worlds that we selected. in this case being active, owned, and rated. If our world is active, it would be in the active section instead of being separated at the bottom, but our world is owned and it's not active, so it's also in its own section, and we see active worlds at the top by rating, which is how it's being separated. Next up, we have Toast News, which would consist of probably the update fixes, bug patches, a message from 9-bit or something, but right now it's just lorem ipsum default placeholder text. 9-bit should definitely update that. Last but not least, we have featured posts, and these two videos look quite good. You should definitely go and check out that creator. What's his name? DeVz. Yeah, that sounds like a cool guy. I'm gonna watch this DeVz guy, but you should check out that DeVz guy. He also sounds like a cool guy. But anyway, let's log in and lock into the world. DeVz, no one's here, so. Yes. Okay, so yeah, I didn't just jump in the world. I kind of went a little bit to the left on my 9-bit account. And this is sarcasm, by the way. I am not 9-bit. Anyway, here we are in game, and we've got the chat first of all. So let's get to explaining that. The chat has various icons in the messages, the double arrow being in this world, and the globe being kitchen broadcast, and the icon next to 9-bit's name meaning developer. And I haven't really thought of the icons for moderators or creators at this point, but that's kind of how I envision it looking. You see the in the world, and then you see the icon if the person's a moderator or staff or whatever have you, and then you see their message. Next, we have the three movement keys, which by default is left, right, up, and that's it. I just remembered as I'm reading the script, there was also a down because you can go down on platforms, but they can suffer for now. Mobile is not out yet. It's not that deep. But anyway, we have that. And then we have the wrench, which if you click, it then mimics the right click of a PC, meaning you can then tap chairs or tap workbenches or tap the trading box, and you can do anything that you can do with right click on PC, on mobile. And then if you want to go back to the punching mechanic, you tap the fist, and if you hold it down, you punch in front of you, and if you tap around you, you punch around you, much like any other game. Next, we have the emoticon icon, which is just the bread face, but if you tap it, you will see emojis. I'll get into that in a sec. Then we have the in-game menu icon, so let's click it. So in the in-game menu, it's settings at the moment. I didn't really think about having menu where you see the settings and the shop and this and the that. I genuinely forgot that, and I just put the settings back. So yeah, we have settings in game. Let's go to custom and let's turn off on-screen keys. Yeah, we don't want to see that. And then let's get back to the game. Alright, so now that we don't have any on-screen keys, let's click on our emote button. There we go. And immediately I accidentally clicked the love emote. And as you see, the emote just pops and hovers over your head for a little bit. And that is how I'm thinking the emote would be. It just slides out, the head shakes a little bit, it pops, and then you tap back in, and that's it. As of now, these are what I've designed for Breadverse. And when I say that, I don't mean that it's official, it's just my art suggestions, and that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's been your boy DeVz. I'm currently sick, so I apologize if this video sounds completely like it's not me. It is me, I'm just sick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.